Hey, how's it going, fish tank people? FishTankTV.com, Mr. Mom Tanks, coming at you on a Friday afternoon. 10-gallon old school. That's what I call it anyway. And yeah, I got about a half hour or so before I got to pick up my kid from school, so I thought I'd make a quick video. Actually have a subject for this one, and that is not having patience in your tank. Now I want to talk about my other tank, not this tank, but my other tank. I bought a new plant yesterday. I bought some Nano Anubias, or Anubias Nano, however you want to say it, I guess. A really nice piece of it to go on my log in my other tank. So, you know, I've got a huge red melon sword in there, and, you know, I had a bunch of stuff in there. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm going to move some stuff around and, you know, be cool about it and, you know, rescape my tank just real lightly. Well, the next thing I know, about 20 minutes later, 80% of the plants are pulled out of my tank, and it's a freaking mess. And, you know, long story short, you know, the huge sword plant that I took out, I end up planting in the exact same spot where I just pulled it out from, and, you know, all I really did is just make a huge mess, and, you know, just really, you know, almost ruined my whole day. But I don't know, I think I might have pulled it together, and, I kind of put everything back. It looks a lot different now, but it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily good. But, you know, I pulled out a lot of plants that were rooted nicely and growing nicely. And, you know, for instance, like this sage grass here, that was all like little new growth that was coming off my sage grass in my other tank that I pulled up like an idiot. But it's all got its own root system and everything, so, you know, this is planted right in substrate. I hope it does okay in here. You know, like that sage grass that grows off in little, you know, you'll get a, you know, you'll have one here, and then you'll have, you know, a little sprout up here, and it'll go in runners. So yeah, I just ripped the runners off, you know, like an idiot. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I got totally ahead of myself, and basically had to rescape my whole tank for one little plant that, you know, I wouldn't have even had to touch any of the other plants to even put in there. So I guess the lesson for me to that was, you know, just to be patient, you know, and just chill, let your plants grow, let your tank be happy, you know, let your fish thrive. You know, my fish didn't seem to have any problem with it, but, you know, and the tank's clearing up now. Like I said, I rescaped it again, and it's not too bad. But, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just because I need another tank, and I get bored, and I think I have to rescape everything when I don't. But, I don't know. I'll put a video up of that tank again here in a couple days. I just wanted to show you guys the 10-gallon. Got the babies kicking hard in there. I mean, they're loving it. They're eating little baby brine shrimp. They're eating. They're pooping. So they're happy. There's about 5 of those little guys that made it through the, you know, the wash of being a little one. So, you know, not doing too bad. This tank ain't too bad. I got to do some cleaning and some trimming. I got some stuff floating around in there. Replant this baby tears, take it off that stupid rock and just plant it in the substrate there. The babies like to hang out in there a little bit. Look at them. Piece of poop hanging from them. So yeah, they're doing good. If they're eating and pooping, you know, and they're not getting chased around violently by the other fish in the tank, you know, they'll probably be okay as long as you don't have any major, you know, water swings or anything. So, yeah, like I said, about 5 of those little guys, little mollies. Not hard to breed in a tank. There's another one right there. Pretty easy to breed. You know, they're live bearers, and they'll just go like crazy. So, anyway, yeah, I guess the meaning of this video is just, you know, have patience. Enjoy your tank. Don't destroy your tank for one plant. Yeah, I got to clean this tank, do a water change. Do a little bit of rescaping in this, but it's a 10-gallon, so it's a little bit easier, of course. But yeah, Shout out to Fish Tank TV, all my subscribers. Shout out to Jake, my cousin, J Flesh Tanks. Shout out to my wife, who makes this all happen for me. And yeah, I'll try and have a more interesting topic on my next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed my session of self-loathing and pity over the destruction of the escape in my 37-gallon tank. So I'll let you guys know what that looks like after it repairs its wounds. Have a good weekend.